Welcome, foolish mortals, to another episode of the HitchHiking Host Show. I am your host, your ghost host, Wes Truth, and I'm back this week with more theme park news all about the Disney parks. Oh yeah, we're gonna check out what went down in Walt Disney World this week, as well as Disneyland. So, we've got, some pretty cool trending topics to talk about this week, so let's get right on with it. Two weeks ago, we announced some closures at Disney's Hollywood Studios. I told you to expect more closures to be coming shortly as the Star Wars Land and Toy Story Land construction begins. It was confirmed this week that the entirety of the Streets of America section, with the exception of Muppet Vision 3D and its immediate surrounding area, which is now rumored, by the way, to be turning into its own Muppets-themed area, in preparation for work to begin in earnest on Star Wars Land and Toy Story Land. The following attractions and restaurants will be closed by April 2nd. They didn't want to make it an April Fool's Day joke, like, oh yeah, it's all closed on April 1st, so April 2nd, obviously. The Eiffel Tower, which is interesting because this was a sort of like the park landmark. Like you have the castle, you have Spaceship Earth, you have the Tree of Life. This was sort of their Hollywood Studios symbol, for the park. But now I think a lot of them, they've been using Tower of Terror as the park icon. That's the word I wanted. Icon. Thanks, Wes. So the Eiffel Tower, done. Lights, Motor, Action, Extreme Stunt Show. I'll talk about that in a little bit. Monsters, Inc. Character Experience, which, they could move that into the the new meet and greet. Honey, I Shrunk the Kids movie set adventure. The Studio Catering Company, Watto's Grotto, hey, what's up, Padres? And Use Guys Merchandise. So anyway, Eiffel Tower is sort of a surprise, but it's back there, so like I said, Monsters Inc. Character Experience, not a huge loss. You can move that somewhere else. Honey, I Shrunk the Kids movie set adventure. I went in once on my first trip when I was 8, and I went in just to take pictures the last trip I was there, and I haven't been in between that, my first and last trip, which I've been there quite a few times in between, obviously. I knew it was kind of be coming to an end sooner or later, so I just went in and took some pictures. It actually wasn't as big as I remembered. That space as a kid, I guess not, because you get bigger. But Honey, I Shrunk the Kids is kind of, unless they reboot it, it's kind of old hat for kids, And Studio Catering Company I ate at this past time because I had assumed it was going to leave. It's your normal fast food, so that's not a big deal. The thing that is a big deal to a lot of people is the Lights, Motor, Action, Extreme Stunt Show. For the fans who like the show, sorry. Personally, I know you guys probably know this from other episodes. If you've seen the show before or heard the show before, you're going to know this is my least favorite thing in Walt Disney World, other than Mission Space. So I have absolutely no problem with them taking out the Lights, Motor, Action Stunt Show. I saw it once. All the stunts backfired. It just was not a great experience when I went and saw it. I was sort of like, I wish I would have seen something else at this time. I wish I would have seen Indiana Jones a sixth time in my life. Not in a day, obviously. But I'm just never a fan of that show, so I'm not really sad to see it go. I mean, you guys might be fans of it. I'm sorry. I'd much rather get a Toy Story attraction, land, or if I assume that's where the Toy Story stuff's going to be around there, and or Star Wars stuff. Definitely over any of this stuff, on this list. So I've been happy with with the decisions that Disney has been making. I'm one of the few, but I've been happy. Speaking of Star Wars, Darth Vader will be replaced at the Star Wars launch bay at Disney's Hollywood Studios already, I know, by new baddie Kylo Ren in February 2016. Although Darth Vader will no longer be appearing at the Star Wars launch bay, guests can still find the Sith Lord battling Padawans at the Jedi training Trials of the Temple show near Star Tours. Hopefully for your kids' sake, it won't end the same way it did in Revenge of the Sith. Kylo Ren will likely be replacing the Visa card member meet and greet as well. Chewbacca, at least for now, will remain where he is. How about a Rey meet and greet? Yeah, I'd like to meet her and greet her, and wine her and dine her too. And family show. So anyway, that's pretty cool. I have no problem with meeting Kylo Ren. I think they should rotate between Vader and Kylo Ren, maybe. Certain times have it be Vader, certain times Kylo Ren. I don't think you should just take Vader out of there. Because a lot of people are going to want to meet Darth Vader too. But, right now Kylo Ren is the popular villain. So I would definitely wait in line to meet him. Another place we've seen a lot of shuffling lately, every day I'm shuffling, is Epcot's World Showcase. The Canada Pavilion welcomed a new entertainment act on Friday. That's it. The five-piece band TradNation. I thought that was going to say TransNation. Oh boy. Alright, anyway. This band celebrates Quebec's rich heritage of music, performing traditional songs and step dance in a 20-minute show. Performed Wednesdays through Sundays on the Canada Pavilion's Mill stage. This entertainment is expected to be another limited engagement, but no closing date has been set. So if you're looking for some entertainment in Canada, there you go. There you go, eh? Over at Disney's Animal Kingdom, Flights of Wonder will be closing for nearly a 2-month refurbishment beginning next week on January 25th. And going through March 17th. During this extended closure, a permanent roof structure will be added over the audience seating area, replacing the soft cloth ceiling that is currently in place. Maybe it's a poop protection. I don't know. It's possible. It'll protect you from the eagle crap. Anyway, so that is what's going on at Flights of Wonder. Speaking of flights, let's take a flight over to Disneyland, where Tangled has returned to the Royal Theater at the Fantasy Faire. Beginning January 15th, which was the other day, the tale of Rapunzel and Flynn Rider is once again coming to life through the storytelling talents of resident Renaissance men, Messieurs Smythe and Jones. Punzi will be sharing the stage. We're buddies, me and Rapunzel, so I can call her Punzi. We'll be sharing the stage with rotating performances with Anna and my bae Elsa. Check for times at the theaters or your Times Guide. So for you fans complaining about Tangled not being in the theater, here you go. You don't have to complain anymore, at least about that. I'm sure you'll find a million other things to complain about, but you don't have to complain about that anymore. So you can check out Tangled at the Royal Theatre once again. This year is the Year of the Monkey. No jokes. It brings the return of the Happy Lunar New Year celebration at Paradise Gardens in Disney's California Adventure on February 5th to the 8th. The event will celebrate time-honored traditions of the Chinese, Korean, and Vietnamese cultures while inviting guests of all backgrounds to enjoy the festivities. For those who celebrate, it is the customary time to reflect on the past and step into a new life of hope, prosperity, and happiness. Mulan and Mushu will join Mickey, Minnie, and Chip and Dale during the festivities celebrating the Year of the Monkey. Special merchandise and authentic food offerings will be available, and colorful live performances, musicians, and local artists will enrich the celebration. Local community groups will perform throughout the day at the Paradise Gardens stage and on the performance corridor outside Paradise Gardens. Join the Happy Lunar New Year celebration February 5th to the 8th, 8th from the 5th, yeah, that makes sense, from 11 o'clock a.m. to 5 p.m. each. Alright, well, that's the show for this week. I'll be back next week with another episode, and coming in hopefully the next few days, will be the next Hitchhiking Host 101, where I will talk all about Snow White's scary adventures. It's gonna be a long one. There was a lot of research and a lot of writing, but I finally wrote it all. Now I just gotta put the video all together. And you know how much of a pain that is. But I'll do it for you. Until next time, don't forget to subscribe right here on YouTube. youtube.com/HitchHostShow. You can like the show on Facebook, facebook.com/HitchHostShow. Follow on the Twitter and the Instagram at HitchHostShow. And of course, if you're listening to the show or want to listen to the show, you can at Podbean. It's hitchhostshow.podbean.com. Also available for download on iTunes and Stitcher. Until next time, don't forget to...
Hurry back.
Until next time, don't forget to... For the next episode, see ya.